The BBC has long been one of the cornerstones of British television, producing some of the most iconic and influential series in TV history. From the early days of Doctor Who, Fawlty Towers and Monty Python's Flying Circus to later hits like Life on Mars, Sherlock and Spooks, the BBC has been responsible for some of the best content ever broadcast. Their legacy in drama, comedy and documentary filmmaking is undeniable, shaping the industry both in the UK and worldwide. Over the decades, the BBC has adapted to changing trends, embracing new technologies and distribution methods. However, in more recent years, the broadcaster has faced increasing scrutiny, not just over the quality of its programming, but over the way it is funded. The question that looms over the BBC now is simple. In an era where traditional TV is dying and streaming dominates, does the license fee still have a place? Welcome to the Snake Pit, where we're full of bile and venom. I'm your host, Snake Damon, and today we're looking at yet another attempt to squeeze more money out of people for content they don't even watch. That's right, the BBC's TV license is going up again, and if that wasn't bad enough, the government is openly discussing charging streaming-only users a license fee as well. From April, the TV license fee is set to rise from £169.50 to £174.50, and it will continue to increase in line with inflation every year until 2027, when the government will review the BBC's Royal Charter. But in an attempt to future-proof the broadcaster, there's now talk of imposing a license fee on users who only watch streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime and Disney+. This would mean that even if you've ditched live TV entirely, you could still be forced to pay for a service you don't use just because you happen to watch content online. But that's not even the half of it. There are now discussions about rolling the TV license into council tax, meaning every household would be forced to pay whether they watch BBC content or not. This isn't just about funding a public broadcaster anymore. This is outright extortion. Instead of making the BBC compete in a modern market, they want to guarantee their income by forcing payment on everyone, no matter what. If this goes through, it will be one of the most underhanded ways of keeping the BBC afloat, effectively turning it into another tax rather than something people willingly choose to pay for. And let's be honest, the BBC hasn't been a neutral, impartial broadcaster in years. The news is skewed, only telling us what they want us to know while pushing certain narratives and silencing others. The days of the BBC being a trusted source of information are long gone, and people are waking up to it. That's why viewership has plummeted. That's why more and more people are refusing to pay the license fee. The BBC is no longer something the public wants, it's something they're being forced to pay for. For years, people have called for the BBC to become a subscription service like Netflix, allowing those who actually watch it to fund it. But instead of considering that, they're now looking at expanding the reach of the TV license to those who have already opted out. This is nothing short of desperation, and it raises a crucial question. If the BBC is as valuable as they claim, why does it need to force people to pay for it? At the end of the day, the BBC is struggling because it refuses to evolve. In a world where viewers expect on-demand content and real choice, forcing people to pay for a service they don't want is not the answer. If the BBC wants to survive, it needs to prove its worth. Because in today's entertainment landscape, the audience holds the power, and they've already started voting with their wallets. Thanks for dropping by the Snake Pit, where we thrive on untapped potential and lost opportunities. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell, like the video, and leave your opinions in the comments, where, naturally, I won't read them. Until next time, stay venomous.